Now, from this angle, this looks like a hard touch to either the ceiling or to the backboard. But ZEN does something no one has ever seen before. What makes this shot crazy is just how unpredictable it is for the opponents to read and counter, which is what makes it literally undefendable. So, as far as the controls are concerned for this mechanic, I have divided them into 5 simple steps. The first step is simply just a tornado spin. Now, I use directional air roll left, so I hold my air roll and move my joystick to the right, but you can do the same with air roll right by moving your joystick to the left instead. For the second step, you have to stop the tornado spin halfway through, so just as soon as you can see the bottom of the car facing towards you, and you can do this by releasing your air roll and joystick. The reason you orient your car this way is because you're going to be using the hood of your car to make contact with the ball. And this is basically just because the hood is the part of the hitbox with the high surface area of contact, which means that the force of the car on the ball, and vice versa, is spread over a bigger area, which means lower pressure exerted both ways. And this ultimately just helps the ball stay close to your car, which is what you want. Say for example, we use the corner of the hitbox. The surface area of contact would be really tiny, resulting in a very hard touch. Or if we were to use the bottom of our car, the wheels would simply cause the ball to just bounce off. So after you stop your tornado spin halfway through, you have to pull the top of the car towards yourself. You can do this by moving your joystick upwards, and this should basically just result in the front of your car facing towards you after it has landed. I know this step is very subtle and may seem unnecessary, but in reality, this is probably the most important step out of all. Essentially, pulling your car back as the high-speed moving ball is making contact helps match the ball's trajectory and movement. This allows almost all the impact of the ball to be absorbed, allowing you to control the ball more softly rather than it just bouncing back in the direction it came from. Now, step 4 is really important because you have to put together all the previous steps and perform this complete motion in the air, like being shown in the clip. You have to remember that getting the ZEN touch isn't the end. It's rather the start and how you control the ball, so you can then follow it up with a finishing shot, like an air dribble, a flip reset, or a double tap. So after you pull your car back, like we learned before, instead of just falling to the ground, you have to try to recover back and continue flying forwards. To reorient your car after getting the ZEN touch, what I found the easiest was just doing another tornado spin until the nose of your car is pointing forwards. So for the final step, do as many repetitions of this as you can, and once you are consistently able to do this full motion, you have basically gotten down the controls and are ready to train this mechanic with the ball. So after a lot of trial and testing, I found 2 good ways to practice this mechanic. One is in free play and the other is in a custom map. To practice this in free play, use the D-pad on your controller and double click the button that says launch ball. Then fly towards the ball and practice doing the touch, following it up with some sort of finish into the net like an air dribble or a double tap. One mistake that I was repeatedly making at first was flying towards the ball too slowly. Training like this makes this mechanic really useless because you don't actually need to do a ZEN touch in order to control the ball, because any other type of touch coming with that low speed will allow you to control the ball. Also, another reason why you don't want to be this slow is because in a real game scenario, you would want to reach the ball way before your opponents do and give them the least amount of time to react. So make sure that you approach the ball with some decent speed. And before someone says this in the comments, I know this free play method of training this touch is not the most realistic as the ball is not coming towards us, but I found it to be the easiest to set up and do over and over again, which is equally important because it will help you get the muscle memory in so you can more easily execute this mechanic in a game. Okay, a better and more realistic way to train this mechanic is in this custom map that I found. And by the way, a big shout out to the creator of this map. I will leave the map code and the creator's YouTube channel down in the description, so make sure to check that out. But really, all 6 shots in this map are great, as they mimic game-like scenarios extremely well, with each shot coming from different angles, different distances, and with varied speeds. So to recap, approach the ball with a half tornado spin so the hood of your car is facing the ball. As you make contact, pull the nose of your car towards yourself to control the ball, and then use a tornado spin or air roll to recover and follow it up with a finish. Hope this video helped.